Everyone, welcome in today's class. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the reproduction in plants with the help of flower. In the last class we have discussed about the structure and function of the flower, in which we have discussed that a flower consists of 4 roles. Okay, in these 4 roles, the first role that we call them sepals. Sepals are green leafy structure which protect the all roles of the flower. And the next row of the flower that we call them petals. Petals are colorful part of the flower which are used to attract the insect for the process of pollination. Then after the next role that we call them stamen. Stamen are, or we can say that stamen is a male reproductive part of a flower which consists of anther and filament. Inside the anther, the male gametes, which we call them pollen grains, these are formed inside the anther. And then the innermost layer of the flower, or we can say innermost roll of the flower, that we call them stigma, that we call them pistil or carpel. So pistil or carpel, which is a female reproductive part of a flower, that consists of stigma, style and ovary. Okay, so we can say that in flower the female part consists of 3 main parts, that we call them stigma, style and ovary. Okay, now few processes are always performed when a new plant grow from a flower. These process we are going to discuss. In this topic. So the first process which we are going to discuss, that is pollination. Okay, when we talk about pollination, what is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the flower, that we call them pollination. Okay, with the help of this diagram you can see here, this is the structure of stamen, which is a male reproductive part. It consists of anther and filament. Inside the anther you can see blue dots are there. These blue dots are actually the pollen grains, which we call them male gametes. So these male gametes are formed inside the anther, and this is the filament of the stamen. And this whole part, it is the female reproductive part, which consists of stigma, style and ovary. Inside the ovary you can see the female gametes are produced in the form of tiny spherical bodies, which we call them ovule. So the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma, this process we call them pollination. And this pollination are of two types. We can say this pollination is of two types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. So first of all we are going to discuss about the self-pollination. What is self-pollination? When the pollen grains of one flower are transferred to the stigma of the same flower, that we call them self-pollination. On the other hand, the cross-pollination is a pollination in which the pollen grains of one flower are transferred to the stigma of another flower or another plant's flower, that we call them cross-pollination. Now, few agents are required to complete this process. These agents we call them pollinating agents. So here I have written on the board. With the help of this board you can see the first is pollination done by air. Some plants are there in which the pollination is done with the help of the air. As in the air current, the pollen grains are transferred from one flower to another. For example, grass, for example, wheat. In the same way, there are some plants in which this pollination is done with the help of insect, with the help of some birds. You have noticed that bees and butterflies, they sit on different flowers. So they sit on the flower to collect a sweet substance, which we call them nectar. So this nectar is collected by bees and butterflies. So during this process, when they sit on any flower, these pollen grains are stick to their body parts, like their wings, like their legs, like their mouth parts. So when the same insect sits on another flower, then the pollen grains are transferred from one flower to another. So this is the pollination done by insect as well as some birds. For example, rose, for example, China rose, and few plants are also there in which this type of pollination is done. The next pollinating agent can be water. Those plants which are aquatic, or those plants which grow near the water body, so their pollen grains are transferred with the help of water, like water lily. Okay, so this is the method of pollination. Now, after the pollination, the next process which is followed, that we call them fertilization. So fertilization is a process in which both the different type of gametes, like two types of gametes are there, male gamete and female gamete. Male gamete in plant, that we call them pollen grains. So pollen grain contain male gamete, and the female gamete we call them ovule, which are formed in the ovary of this stem. So what is fertilization? The fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote. So zygote, it is a first life of cell. So during the time of fertilization, male and female gamete are fused to form a zygote. Okay. So in this process you can see after the fertilization, how this fertilization done in the plant. When the pollen grain transfer to the stigma, the pollen grain germinate in a form of tube, which we call them pollen tube. So this pollen tube reaches through the style and then it reaches to the ovary. When this pollen tube reaches to the ovary, the male gamete are also transferred with the help of this pollen tube. Then these male gamete reach to the ovule. Okay. When these pollen grains, when these male gamete reach to the ovule, then this process of fertilization done. You can see in this diagram, with blue color I have written here male gamete, and with red you can see this is a female gamete. So both these gametes combine with each other, they fuse with each other, then they form zygote. So this process we call them fertilization. After the fertilization is done, zygote is formed, and few changes also take place in flower, that all the other parts of the flower they shade off, okay, they fall off, only the ovary remains. So what happens to the ovary? After some time the ovary becomes mature and it ripens, and then it converted into fruit. So the next process which we are going to discuss, that is seed and fruit formation, how this seed is formed and how this fruit is formed. When the zygote is developed, this zygote develop into seeds, okay, and the ovary that become mature, that become ripen, and when it ripens it become more fleshy and convert into fruit. So generally we have noticed that the seeds are present inside the ovary. Okay, so the ovary converts into fruit and the zygote convert into seed. When we sow this seed, one more process occur, that we call them seed germination, and after the seed germination the new plant grow from the flower. So this is how we have discussed about that how the new plant grow with the help of the flower. So in the next class we will discuss about different types of seeds and the process of seed germination. Till then you just study well. Thank you.